Hello. Wow, it's been a long time since I haven't recorded anything. I think it's because I've been having some trouble with my computer, and it just makes it really hard for me to film while I'm working and film, like the work videos of me clicking and tapping. But I downloaded this new tool called Vimeo, and I'm gonna be trying it today and see if it works. So because we have a personal microphone, we're just gonna put it right there. And today you're gonna be working with me. We have a couple things to do just from work, and today is Monday, so we're preparing for the day, making sure that everything's aligned with whatever we need to do. So today's a long day just because I have French classes later in the afternoon, so it's just like the whole day in the computer. So for my priorities for the day, this is just work. I have to update my onboarding tracker, and that I already completed, so I'll mark it. Then start working on week 8. I have to prep for call tomorrow. I have finished cell between email and check website visitors. Alright, so I'm gonna actually prep for the call tomorrow because I really want to get that out of my way. So what I'm gonna do is pretty much just prepare a PMB, which I'm not sure if you guys know that, but a PMB is like a document where you can see like information from a lead. So we're gonna prepare that right now. I'm gonna open Google Docs. Is that the one? Let me see. Yes. Alright. The client that we have for tomorrow, it's actually pretty fun, and I'm really excited because I'm training as an AE, and I think that was really close to me. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna let me lead the call. We'll see. We'll see. So I need to create a new folder for this company. Now that it's created, me to create a presentation for them, which would just grab kind of like the template that we have and make a copy. Alright, that part is done. Awesome. Awesome. This is a pretty fast process, but I like to take a lot of time, a lot more time when it comes to preparing the PNB, just because having the information on the client helps me, just drive the call forward. So we're just gonna close all the unnecessary tabs that I have over here. Oh. Technically, I'm just looking. I usually get my information from like Google, or I help myself with ChatGPT, but make sure that all the information is correct. You can't trust AI to the max. You always have to the thing with ChatGPT is that it will essentially do whatever you're asking it. Like if you would ask it in like a very random and like nonsensical question, because you're like driving it to that answer, it'll give you that a specific answer that you're looking for, and that's why it's always so agreeable, like yes, you're right, It's because if you just leave it in an ambiguous scenario, it'll just automatically answer to the most agreeable way. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's why whenever I'm researching and I need something really fast and I use ChatGPT, I always tell it to not hallucinate and only give me real data, because sometimes just to agree with your question, it'll give you fake data that it's actually not true. So you have to be very careful on how to speak to the model, just because it literally will try to agree with you. I don't know if you guys have seen videos of people using ChatGPT as their psychologist, and all the time they're ChatGPT answers you're right, you're totally correct, everything, even though you might be incorrect, because it's you train it to give you an answer. So if you train it to just give an ambiguous answer without basing itself on real data, it'll give you that answer saying that it's correct whenever it's actually not. So always be careful on that. I think that's how it works. I have done a fair usage of AI, ChatGPT, Claude as well, and other like AI models. And I always find that if you just leave it ambiguous and you're not specific enough in your prompt, it'll just tell you whatever. Like my boyfriend, the other day, we were talking about workouts, and I said something like, "Oh yeah, I got my workout routine from ChatGPT," and we're talking about a specific muscle part, and ChatGPT told me that that was correct because I was asking her or him, I'm not sure. I was asking them if that exercise was correct for it, and it was kind of like the answer was pretty much what I wanted to hear, but not really based on real data. And then he said you should ask ChatGPT if you have the car wash like 20 meters from your house, should you walk or drive there? And the answer was that you should walk, which is funny because if you're going to the car wash, you're supposed to take your car to wash. And so like you see how like it'll just tell you like the most agreeable, or like even though it's nonsensical. So always like try to make sure that your prompts are super detailed, because if not, it'll just like give you actually nonsensical answers, and then you'll just be in a loop of trying to get the right answer. And yeah, it's just, yeah, that's why like a lot of people, like now there's even degrees on how to like understand AI and the models, because even though it seems like a very easy thing to do, if you don't know how to speak to it correctly, it'll either take you longer for you to get to the answer, or just you won't get the answer correctly. Like for example, I'm still like learning, and I was trying to do a website with Figma, and I was like helping myself with Claude and ChatGPT and everything, and it took me such a long time to do it, and it was still wrong. And then my boyfriend, he's a software engineer, so he has like a lot of knowledge on that area, and he did it with like an AI model in like 10 minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it's because you already have like all the knowledge. And it's like, no, it's like it's because I know how to talk to AI, and the way that you talk to the model, it's the way that it's gonna like behave, and the better that you do it, the better the answers are gonna be. So I don't even know why we're in there in that situation. But yeah, like a lot of people use it to their advantage, but they're not even using it right. Like for example, I have like a really great example. My mom, oh my gosh, she sent me so many videos created by AI that she thinks are correct, and the misinformation that you can find is incredible, because it'll just agree with you if that's what you want to hear. You know what I mean? Like especially she sends me health videos that are AI created, and I'm like, is that really true? Like, have you actually watched the video, and like have you actually researched the topic to know that that's like an actual factual thing? I don't know if you could say that grammatically correct, but yeah. Anyways, right, we're here. For my prompt, I've created a couple of GPTs on my own that I like set them up to never hallucinate or only give me real data, so they already know how I work, and most likely I'm not, it'll give me like good data. So that's what I'm using, but I'm super descriptive as to what I want, like the input that I'm giving and the output that I need. I'm really excited about this call tomorrow because it really looks really fun, and like a good opportunity. Alright, I always still double check my information. I don't know if you guys know anything about sales, but we use like tools like Crunchbase or Apollo or like even LinkedIn Sales Navigator to get data on leads and everything. So I always like double check because sometimes, again, that's why I would say like it's very hard to replace that human part, because as much as AI is like incredible tool, there's always things that, like the margin of error, there's still like a small percentage of error there. And I've seen it so many times where I give it an idea of what I want, it gives me like the base for it, and then I have to always go back and check whether there's an error or not, and most likely not, there's always an error. So it's never good to rely 100% on AI. You can totally tell. I was doing this like competitors comparison a couple of days ago, and I went to this website from a competitor of us. Oh my god, like you could totally tell they had used AI, because even there were errors in their messaging, like some titles would say one thing and then the other title would say another thing, and just tell if it was like AI based, AI made. It's so funny. And for people not to like read proof that tells you a lot. Right, I think this is my company. Wait, let me double check. I've been wanting to do a role play, and I think I'm gonna do it next time, where I'm like a seller in like a vintage store and I'm just selling things. I think those are pretty fun. Computer gets so slow when I have like various things running, and because I have like the video running as well, it just takes so longer. It's not loading. It's not loading. It's taking. Oh, I think I have it misspelled. It was my fault, actually. company is correct. Let's see. All right. Never ending midnight song. I'm kind of obsessed with the new songs from Zara Larsson. I've always liked her. And she just like kind of rebranded, and I think she did like a new album or just like new songs. And they're pretty fun, like to dance. No, what the heck? Oh my goodness, my computer has become what? I keep copying one thing and it's pasting like the thing that I had copied before, even though I literally just copied it. I wonder like what can I do for my computer not to be this slow, because it's insane. Like whether I have like several things open or I don't have several things open, it always just like crashes. See, like, oh my god, this is annoying as fuck, because I literally copied the link and then it's pasted in like the same thing that I had copied prior to copying the link.